Hi again, everybody. This video is sponsored by contribution from Gia, and here's her story. Dearest Ollie, I need your help. I have it in me, but you know how one can doubt themselves at times when they receive harmful narc abuse. I know now it opens old wounds, scars that I thought were healed. I was raised with 7 siblings, 6 brothers and 1 sister. I'm number 6, first girl after 5 brothers. Physical, verbal, emotional abuse was off the chain. Thank God I had my siblings to protect me, and we each other. It was good at times, laughter, but abuse was prominent. My dad was extremely strict on me. My mom thought I was bipolar. I know now at the age 52 that she is a narc. I kept listening to your videos and it kept saying childhood. One or the other parent is a narc. Talk about an aha moment. That's why I married a narc. 22 years old, he was 30. I was married 23 years. Hard stuff. We had 3 beautiful children. The only way I can think I survived was not only my children, but that he worked long hours. And on Saturdays he played golf. Thank you, Jesus. I was devoted, faithful, hardworking wife, mother. He didn't have to lift one finger. I was so verbally abused, and I thought that was normal, per se. Caused, cause I lived in crazy growing up, torture. There is a golden child in my family. By the way, he's in jail now. The golden child to my ex-husband was his only son, whom he adored. He did, however, train his gift as an awesome pitcher and the best in the region. In the news, newspaper, and such, I waited till he graduated to divorce this crazy narc, as our son was getting an athletic scholarship. Finally, after his threats and abuse of "I'm leaving when Chandler graduates," he didn't leave. I finally filed for divorce 2 months later, and he left just to return 1 week later, and I finally had enough and called the police to remove him. I I had already had papers of divorce in hand. I tell you, when I filed for divorce, I walked out of that office and literally felt like I was released from prison. I could see how blue the sky was. I even heard the birds singing. After being controlled and abused by mom and dad, my dad is not a narc ex-husband. I felt free for the first time at age 44. So I continued my therapy, which helped me get strong. I dated a few times, met another dang narc. He took me on trips, bought me gifts, showed me places and events I never experienced in my life. Charming and powerful. Wow. Turns out he is a narc. That lasted 3 years. So I'm finally realizing I need to be single and heal. I met a meteorologist about a year later. Oh my God, talk about a useless fucking profession. In my town of Louisiana, he is from up north. I'm taken away, fireworks. He's everything and more, I thought. After 3 months, those red flags are flying. By that time, I'm in love. Dang it. Charming, smart, a freaking narc. Our intimacy was off the charts. I need to mention this because they snag you in certain ways. I'm such a codependent and giver. He tapped into my sexuality that I never had. I thought it was weird that he texted me so much and called me while he was working. Who does that? He eventually lost that job. And you know me. I said, hey, you can't live with me, but you can live in my studio apartment out back. Oh my God, worst mistake ever. He lived off me. He tried studying for the real estate license and literally gave up. He went through my private stuff while I was away to see my granddaughters. I caught him one night in my safe I just bought to hold important papers. What the hell? He hates smoking and went through my purse while I was asleep and tire them up. That's when he found the key to my safe. He packed his stuff after so much emotional abuse, and I never stopped him. He came back the next day crying. It was all my fault. Again, I'm difficult, he says. I'm a liar. I hide things from him. He hated that I went out with friends, and that stopped because of his brainwashing me and to keep peace. I could do nothing right. Pattern of once a week or two. Then when things were awesome, he would switch on a dime. Where was I? Why don't I keep him in the loop? I said, Carl, I'm at the doctor's office. I'm running errands. Surely you don't want to know my every move. Please stop. I need to breathe. You're smothering me. He would always say that he's on the bottom of the priority list. Really, dude. I have 2 grandkids, 2 granddaughters. My dad died 3 months ago. My mom has cancer. Right now I need to be reaching out to them, and if you cared, you would understand. I now know that's crazy thinking on my part. November last year, he proposed after 2 months. Red flag again. He then later said, okay, we're getting married in August. We need to talk about our finances. I know you make cash money at times. I need you to tell me how much you make. Really, dude? I'm in shock. Prior to this, he made dang sure he came up to my financial advisor's office as I rolled over my 401k. I had a one-time quadro draw off it from my divorce because I did not take my ex-husband's pension benefits. I elected to get 401k and out of that marriage and did not care to be shot maybe. You never know about narcs. I paid debt I had, not much, a little extra to get repairs on my house. He was hoping I would give him some money, like 10G. LOL. So 2 weeks later, my financial advisor called and said papers are ready to be signed and us Carl working. Red flag again. I said yes. Afterwards, he said, you're going to get a big check in the mail, 15G. You will have people coming to you for money. I'm a giver. Be careful, as he stared at me straight in the eyes. I knew what he meant. Carl. So, Carl found out I went alone. I did lie and say it was spur of the moment and he was working at the time. I tell you what, he's good, really good. I was paying for all our entertainment and trips. Then I lost it. I told him I will not pay for another thing. He said he would. Never did. He left back up north for a new job. Fill in on weekends and reporting. He failed. He blames me for both job losses. He said my reputation. I'm a pillar of my community here. I told him I know who I am. He can't bash me anymore. Now he's back living with mom and dad at 54. Off and on for years, now in the middle of nowhere, and had to get a laborer job. Mind you, he only had an associate degree, not a meteorologist SEAL degree. That's why they let him go. He messed up the computer graphics there. He gets these jobs because he's good looking, was a model, charming. But the narc shines through eventually. He's even rude to waiters. That's another red flag. I'm such a sucker. I have to laugh from crying. Now he's been texting me and calling me again. He used reverse psychology. I used reverse psychology on him to make him block me from it all. His cell, Facebook, Twitter. Only thing left is email and his parents' home, which they are elderly, and I will not ever call him, ever. I received this awful text from him when he unblocked me for just a few. After the text, he blocked me again. You can tell when you've been blocked. Such a coward and narc. Control freak. I have saved his voicemails trying to reach me. I saved them. I wish you can hear them. My plight is, why do I attract narcs, and will I ever get better from the abuse, and will I ever find a healthy person in my life. I will send his last text. I will send his last text to me. It's horrible, and you know what? It hurt for a split second, and then I'm like, BS, dude. I'm the one done. Thank you, Ollie, for your expert advice. Your videos have helped me tremendously. I love that you're passionate, and I know that you have dealt with the pain in your life, so you have empathy on us trying to survive this abuse and have self-love and never put up with it again. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to read some of my story. I'm indebted to you. Sincerely and with a grateful heart, Gia. His text to me from Weatherman Carl. And before I even read this, I mean, I'm going to tell you a weatherman is pretty much the most empty, narcissistic job there is, because all they're looking for is a pretty face to basically read off a teleprompter. And you don't even have to be right, ever. It's useless. And I know what this guy is. This guy is a narcissistic gigolo. He's just looking for an easy ride. He's looking to get over on his looks, okay? And he's probably pretty fucking dumb, as most meteorologists are. But he has his looks, so he's using what he has, his looks, to try to get over on people. And you being a giver, you give off that, you must be giving off that sense where, hey, target me. And I'd like to hear more about your childhood, or where this starts, because if you're saying your father's not a narc, but he's abusing you, I need to hear more on that. Okay, so from Weatherman Carl. After you have been with someone for a period of time, their true colors come out. I lost my job because of your reputation. What? First of all, I don't know what kind of reputation, but let's just say he's alluding that you're some kind of whore, which is what he's alluding to by constantly chasing you around. Okay, he works in media and in the news. Those are the biggest fucking degenerate whores out there. So to lose your job because he's dating somebody with a bad reputation, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Reverend Al Sharpton is in the media. You see some of the scumbags that are in the media? And what? You lost your job over what reputation? Over what reputation? Get the hell out of here. I mean, that on its face is ridiculous. Your reputation as a party girl and then some. Right. Partying and the media and news people and all that fucking, that never happens. They all go home and read their fucking Bibles. Your reputation became my reputation. I was blinded by love and adoration for you, but your reputation was so strong it followed me to Boise. Boise? There's like 4 people in fucking Boise. It's fucking Idaho, for Christ's sakes. From Louisiana to Boise, Idaho? What the fuck? Boise, Idaho. I mean, how do you even get upset over something like that? It's so absurd. Your sister pushed it over the edge. Her true colors. Made me look bad, put me in a poor light. Your family group text message, your true colors prompted her to puke on me. So it's indirectly your fault. Oh, Jesus Christ. Did he type this with his Christmas sweater on and a pacifier up his ass? What a fucking pussy. I've learned my lesson. I'm completely finished with you. Even in trying to reach you and share my concern, you become toxic. No thanks. I'll do without. 110% without. Oh, you poor little fucking princess. Goodbye, my once in a lifetime soulmate. If you ever can get to that fantasy girl you made me believe you were, let me know. What the fuck? How many fucking hours did you spend in the fucking Hallmark aisle stealing greeting card slogans to write this shit? Oh my God. And did they let you keep the pacifier up your ass right in the store? As an aside, here's the part you don't get about the topless pool scenario. You didn't care how that affected me. Never once asked how I was. Knew that I was shocked, but didn't address my being devastated that another one of your promises had been broken. Here's your promise. There's never any guys around when we are topless. And if there is any guys around, I'm leaving. You just wait and see, because I'll tell you what, I don't do that. Oh, no, ma'am. Well, guess what, Angie? There was a guy and you didn't leave. Worse yet, you stuck around even when you knew I was already shadowed with doubt. You treat me like I'm disposable to you treat me like I'm disposable, so consider me disposed of. I'm out, completely out. You and I are done, completely done. Please don't contact me. Don't call my parents. Don't email or call me from someone else's phone. Please leave me completely alone. I've had all I can take. On a better note, I loved you like no other. Loved you deeply, stuck for you, defended you, absorbed people's comments about you, and always protected you from there. Always. You pushed me over the edge one too many times. I'm sorry this has to end. We had something special. But this love story has ended. This is the final page, and if there is a sequel, it's up to you. FYI, your reputation was told to me by men of stature. Did one of them shove the fucking pacifier up your ass, or did you do it yourself? My wake-up call came as a shock and too late. If I would have known then what I know now about your reputation, I wouldn't have changed a thing. I loved you even though you've lied to me almost the entire time we were together. I am no more pathetically in love with you. It's over. So let me get this straight. Her reputation of sunbathing topless with other women got back to Boise, Idaho. And some of you, that might sound a little shocking, but in the South, all these places have believe it or not, topless areas for women because tan lines are so. It's just something you get used to when you live in a very warm tropical climate. It's absurd. He's a jealous little boy. I mean, it's absurd. If it even happened. I mean, a lot of times these narcs will put stuff in text messages that never happened to try to spark a response from you. But even if it did, okay, Charlene used to do the same thing, and because they have a section where no men are allowed, and every now and again a guy will try to sneak in or something stupid. Holy shit. Even if it was, let's just say it was out in public or something. You're telling me that reputation from Louisiana got back to Boise fucking Idaho? Are you serious? How hard is it to be a weatherman in fucking Boise, Idaho? There's corn. It's gonna rain. Look out for a tornado. That's about fucking it. Holy God. Look, you're involved with a narcissistic gigolo. That's what you seem to be attracting. I don't know what your story is from childhood, but I would venture to guess you have a history of being used by men financially. Okay, and the thing with gigolo, like these type of guys, oh, it's always a fucking sob story with these dudes. It's always a sob story with these dudes, and will try to turn. Dude, this sounds like a 12-year-old crying. This sounds like just a friggin' 12-year-old breakdown, and it is completely, Completely pathetic. You know, as far as not being able, you have to figure out why you're drawing them in to begin with. Before you can, look, before you can fix the problem at hand, you got to get back to what is causing it. Okay? I can point out everything that's fucked up with this guy, but you got to tell me about your past, more about, I'd like to know more about your past. Because until you're able to go back and find out where you got screwed up in the past, then you'll be able to pinpoint why you're making the decisions you're making. Who in your life, in your childhood, acted like this? Was it your father? Probably. Maybe your mother? Was your mother attracted to money? So maybe you're drawing in somebody who's emulating behaviors of your mother? I don't know. But that's what you really need to figure out. And then you'll be able to get to the source of all this and move on. But thank you so much for your contribution, and thank you for your story. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you know what to do with the PayPal and my email links in the description box. I'll have the video right back to you. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon.